What is Exergaming? So anyway, after the NEX Gym challenge for the month of August, I used a couple of my wife's little weights, tried to use those just to give a little extra weight for the very short upper body workouts. What I found was that it was actually pretty useful, and what's neat about these is you can unclip them and adjust the weight to make it more appropriate for you. These are only like 5 or 6 pounds and they're only $40. So unless you're like Terry Crews and you're built like a refrigerator, you'll probably want to use something smaller like this. Even if you think you're strong, you're not going to use 30 to 40 pound dumbbells to do basic hand movements on video games. But anyways, let's go ahead and check it out and see what other options or other ways we can use this in the games. All right, thanks. First up, we have Bowling Strike. This was the first game I actually thought of when considering integrating the dumbbells into the Exergaming gameplay. It turns out it's actually pretty mild, and to be honest, it just makes the game more enjoyable. It gives weight and substance to the imaginary ball that you're rolling down the lane. It's only 6 pounds, which is actually on the lighter side of like a children's bowling ball, but on a plus side, it lets you change hands every single time you roll the ball, and each cutscene you have to raise your arm, so you're essentially doing shoulder presses. Next we have Tennis Smash, Racketville. Like Bowling Strike, it was actually really nice to feel some weight in my hand, and it adds to the experience of the game rather than really making it difficult. At number 5, we got Freefall Racers. This was not as difficult as I anticipated it to be. After all, the game is entirely lateral raises, so I expected the up and downs to start to wear on me. Turns out that I spend more time than I thought with my arms down. Of course, increasing the weight could definitely make a bigger impact. Starri was a medium level challenge depending on the difficulty of the song. Arm movements are longer distances which allow you to recover more easily from the force of the momentum. You often have gravity on your side which allows short breaks for your muscles. The circular motions are probably the most challenging, but the game lets you get away with doing them slower regardless of the rhythm. It's my opinion that using weights will actually improve your game playing when you go back to not using the weights. It should make your muscle reflexes that much faster. And at number 3 we have Miniacs. It's a medium level challenge as well. Your arms are, in theory, being held up the entire time, but your upper arms and shoulders can take breaks by nesting your upper arms into your body and simply locking your forearms in place. You could even use the tilt of your upper body to help with the steering and the turns. Of course, the amount of weight you're using will have a big impact. I found that it made the controls a little less responsive. Not because my arms were moving slower, but it just felt like I had to turn the wheel more dramatically. Maybe I was just more conscious of my turning distances because of the resistance. BoxFlow Fitness. This was one that I commonly saw people using small weights with. And it kind of makes sense as it's mostly a dedicated exercise app/game. However, many people have voiced desire for it to become a little more than just that. Again, it all depends on how heavy the weights are that you're using, and you do get a little relief each time you rechamber your strikes. Like Starri, the weight should improve your gameplay after you go back to not using them and just using your fists. And at number 1, Rubik's Showdown. By far, this is the most difficult and painful game of them all. Now you can probably see on my face. Faster and constant moving, up and down, left and right, and unlike Starri, you don't get to leverage gravity nearly as much, nor use or redirect your momentum.